Hello, hi. I'm Amruta Langs. I'm a polyglot and a linguist with knowledge of 22 foreign languages. But that's not why I'm here today. I'm also a homeschooling mommy, and I'm here today to speak about homeschooling. Being an educator myself, being on the other side of the desk and being a teacher for so many years, I always wanted something really different, and we wanted to explore free learning. Yes, hello, hi everyone. So we always wanted to explore free learning, and that is the time we decided that we will homeschool. We have been homeschooling our son since past 3 years. He's now 9 years old, and since past 3.5 years, we have been homeschooling him. What is homeschooling? That's a question, and especially in this lockdown and given the current scenario, most of the parents are getting in mind, are worried, and have lot of questions. What is homeschooling and whether we all can do it? Homeschooling is a way of life. Primarily, homeschooling is where the parents become the teachers. And if you go to see, you all will agree with me, you all will say that yes, you're right, because as the baby is born, the baby observes, the child observes and learns. So primarily, us, the parents, we the parents are the teachers, the grandparents are the teachers, the knowingly and unknowingly, all the surroundings start to teach the child. So if you really go to see, in the initial stages, we all are acting as the kids' teachers, right? And then comes the toddler's age, and then you start to think of putting them in a school. Then comes the 5 and 6 and 7 years old, and then the kid starts to go to a more structured curriculum and schools. So all this process begins, but initially, who are the teachers? Us. The basic values, the principles, where are they going to learn? At home. So our responsibility is to take care of these basic things primarily, and then starts the studies. So what you really do when you are in a structured format is you study. You start to learn, and you start to learn to study. But your learning process begins the day you're born, right? Now, having said all of this, what is really homeschooling then? Homeschooling is free learning. It is child driven. It is crafted, curated. It is created, customized as per your child's requirements, as per your family's needs, your child's likes, dislikes, strengths, weaknesses. So basically, today, if you can customize a pizza, you can customize your dosa, you can customize your uttappa, why you can't customize your curriculum is the question we got, and that is the time we started to homeschool. And also here I would like to point out a very important thing, that it was never that we started to homeschool because we wanted to definitely explore something new and wanted to customize as per our child's requirements, but we never had or never instigated these thoughts in our child's mind that ये कर रहे हो तो स्कूल अच्छी नहीं है, या giving negatives about schooling or giving negatives about the other educational institutions. No, never. So it's never been that we had negatives about some other institutions, and that is why we started homeschooling. No, we started homeschooling because we believe in this philosophy. We believe in this way of living, because it's a way of living. When I will come to that question, yes, how accepted is it? Yes, how do you cope with that? Yes, I will come to that, Ritu. So, how do you? I was talking about without giving negatives, just believing in homeschooling, and then you start to actually follow this way of life. Now, homeschooling is extremely child driven. When I say homeschooling is extremely child driven, we have to remember that when you're taking this decision, it can't be something very temporary like एक साल के लिए schools are going to be shut, I will homeschool. या एक साल के लिए I don't know, I'm not sure if I'll be sending my child to school, so I want to homeschool. I will come to the lockdown and homeschooling scenario later. Let's first deal with only homeschooling, okay? I want to firstly address as to acceptance of homeschooling. When we say homeschooling is very child driven, when you're taking that decision, you have to keep in mind that as a family, you have to come together and decide and take this decision. You have to discuss. Because if you yourselves, you and your partner do not believe in this philosophy, your child will never have that confidence. And if you as a family do not have a confidence in this theory, in this philosophy, then it will become difficult for to make others understand. Because trust me, there are going to be questions. People will ask कि अरे बच्चा स्कूल में नहीं जाता है तो क्या करता है, दिन भर क्या करता है, how will he socialize, how will he make friends, these are the very typical questions that we keep getting. But I don't think, tell me something, child enters school at the age of 5, उसके पहले उसे दोस्त नहीं होते हैं, he makes friends even before your child joins the school. Definitely your child has made friends in the building, around the area, in the neighborhood, at the park your child goes to play, or some swimming maybe, or wherever your child goes, your child is constantly making friends and making different relations. Another thing is, it's also not that friendship is age related. It cannot be defined that similar age groups can be friends. No. Friendship is across age groups. So, not necessarily that children will make friends only in school. Children keep making friends all over the place, right? How accepted is it? It will depend on you, how convinced you are. Because trust me, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. So we just ignore people who are too much into के ये क्या है वो क्या है करके. But trust me, now the phase has gone, because now homeschooling is picking up. There are a lot of parents who are already homeschooling. कुछ सालों पहले, if you would have considered this, yes, it was difficult for them. But thanks to all the senior homeschoolers, they have made a cakewalk for the new homeschoolers, because they have really paved the way and they have made it easier. Because now there are a lot of homeschooling families, there are a lot of co-ops, there are a lot of homeschooling parents who have come together and have started learning together, started teaching together. Okay, one day I will teach, the other day you will teach. If I'm good at math, I'll teach math. You are good at languages, you teach languages, something like that. So there are different things that parents are exploring. How recognized is homeschooling? Accepted, we spoke about that. How recognized is it? Well, you can appear for either IGCSE boards, you can appear for NIOS, MIOS or SSC board. So there are different formalities which you need to follow up, you need to check out, you need to go on the website and find out the details, and it is absolutely acceptable. IGCSE supports homeschooling, SSC, NIOS, MIOS, all are the options available for homeschoolers. So that's how recognized it is. Can you appear for Olympiads? Yes, you can appear for Olympiads. A lot of Olympiads accept homeschoolers. So again, I would like to thank all the senior homeschoolers who have fought and made a way for the new homeschoolers. Now, in fact, even in their options for school names options, you will find on many Olympiad websites an option for homeschooling. So if you click on homeschooling option, you are all sorted, you know. So that's the recognition part. Then I will again come back to how to homeschool. Okay, so how do we homeschool? Okay, this is the decision is taken. You know, yeah, I will answer how do they prepare for exams. I don't know why we all are always worried about exams. I agree that at the end of the day, everyone has to give exams. Everyone has to appear for exams. But trust me, life is not about exams. You have to prepare for life. You don't have to prepare for a dictation test or another assessment or another project. You have to prepare for life, and when you want to prepare for life, you have to learn life skills. You need to enjoy the learning process. So homeschooling really is a really wide thing. It's a beautiful journey altogether. Okay, when I say how to homeschool, when the decision is taken, you have believed that okay, recognition, there is acceptance, or whether even if there is no acceptance, we believe in the theory and we want to go ahead with homeschooling. So how do I homeschool? To begin with, you have to decide curriculum. Having said that, is it a structured curriculum you have to make your toddler or your younger kids do? Not necessarily. You can choose a curriculum which is absolutely curated especially for your child, a very exclusive curriculum only for your child, because probably your child loves certain things and doesn't like certain things. It could be nature based, it could be art based, it could be very creative, it could be literature based, it could be very academically driven, it could be science based. So it could be anything. It could be depending on your child's needs, likes, dislikes, requirements. You understand? So that's how you decide which curriculum to choose. How do you plan your academic years? Okay, no. How do you go about with the books and everything? So once you have decided the curriculum, either you can go on the internet, the NIOS, the IGCSE, SSE, all have their NCERT. They have their books, they have their apps and websites where you can from wherein you can download the books for free, in fact, and find out if that's what suits you. You know, it will help you make the decision. Furthermore, then once you're finalized on that, you can also make a blend. So in our case, for example, I'll tell you, we have a blend of IGCSE and SSE that we follow for my child. That's what we have picked. That curriculum I have decided now when he is 9 years completed. Till now, till last year, we were exploring things. We were having very creative curriculums. We were having something where he used to pick up a topic, what he used to like. And you can't hear my voice? Can others hear me properly? Because I just now heard someone saying that he can't hear me. Okay, I assume that I am audible. Okay, so till now we have been exploring a lot of other nature-based. Thank you. So nature-based curriculum, or wherein he used to pick up a topic and explore and experiment. You know, very hands-on. Even now, it's very hands-on. It's just that now we have introduced the textbooks. So you can curate as per absolutely, trust me, no other homeschooler, no other parent, no other counselor can help you with this. Because parents know what their children love, and they are the best ones to decide what they want to take forward. So once that decision is made, then comes the part where you need to plan your academic years. So if you want a very structured curriculum and a structured academic year, you can plan for that. But just keep in mind, you don't want to replicate a school at home. So don't have something very, 7 o'clock, the one lecture starts, and 8 o'clock the another one starts, and 9 o'clock the other lecture starts. Don't make it that way. keep it lucid, keep it free, keep it very, easy to mend and change as per your child's moods, because that is also important. One fine day you get up and your child is like, hey, I don't want to study today, I want to just look at the birds. Cool, okay, let's go get your sketchbook and let's sketch some birds. Let's go take out your encyclopedia and let's find out about some birds today. Let's study birds. So it could be that, and it has to be that impromptu. And that is the beauty of homeschooling. Okay. Having said that, if you really want an academically driven homeschooling year, you can always do that. What I would suggest is, instead of planning for 12 months, all the 12 months, just plan for say 9 months or so, and the remaining months become like a buffer, like a something that will help you not freak out and stress out over the deadlines, like, hey bhagwan, 12 mahine khatam ho gaye, what am I gonna do now? No, you don't have to worry about that. So you have 9 months, you plan for 9 months, the remaining 3 months are your support system ke kuch reh gaya ho, so you can always cover up at that time. Another thing, when you are even planning your days and weeks, I would again suggest that, there are times when we just take 2 to 3 subjects for a week. I'm not talking about day, okay? 3 subjects a week. That gives us a lot of time to study, explore, learn, read, research on that topic every single day. So today morning if I am reading Harry Potter, that can be my textbook, and that can be become something for my spellings or bigger words or just reading comprehension or anything. Be creative, and you can really enjoy this entire process. So this is one way of doing. This is the way we follow, because we believe in free learning. But if you want a very structured format, then still you can have it, because there are some homeschoolers who go on with a very structured timetable, wherein they have like 8 o'clock lecture and then 10 o'clock lecture or whatever. Another thing is, I started my talk saying that primarily homeschool is where the parents become the teachers. Yes. But having said that, if you're not good at a certain subject, especially at higher grades, if you're not good with the technical subjects and you feel that you need some help, definitely. Does it mean that if you're homeschooling, you can't join any classes? Why not? You can definitely go and find out for some help. There can be some teachers who can help you with your child and the subject he needs help in, So, but sadly, the only fear today is that homeschooling is fast becoming a business model, and there are classes for homeschooling, and there are schools for homeschooling, which is very, I don't know, I don't want to comment on that, but I just want to say that it's okay if it suits some people, but ideally homeschooling is extremely child driven. Homeschooling is extremely done with it's more of unlearning for us as parents, and then you start incorporating all the different syllabuses and curriculums. Okay, I get a question here. Wouldn't a child get bored with only parents teaching the child? Well, you know what? Kids can get bored even if they are at school, and if the parents are nagging them constantly, the children are going to get bored of their parents. The key here is, so we call homeschooling, our homeschool, we call it Swa-Shikshan. You know what does Swa-Shikshan mean? It means self-learning. What does self-learning mean? Self-learning is where the child learns to find his or her own answers. You are making the child independent, and there comes a phase when the child becomes independent and he starts to learn independently. That is the ultimate goal. So you're not spoon feeding them. You're not going to be constantly helicoptering them around and going to be wondering ke अरे अब क्या कर रहा है, अब क्या कर रहा है. And that can happen with school going children. And then the same question can be asked to, and majority of the parents I hear complaining them who are even schooling, they go like, oh, आजकल के बच्चे कहाँ कुछ बताते हैं. It's nothing to do with आजकल के, it's nothing to do with this generation or that generation. It just depends on your bond. So you have to create that bond, you have to keep that distance, you have to maintain a friendship and a relationship, yet you have to have that, you know, a line which you as a parent shouldn't cross. And so I think that is just parenting, and that has nothing to do with homeschooling. Another question I read here somewhere is that about 2-year-old and homeschooling something. So I don't think, you know, toddlers 5 years and underneath, below, or 6 years below, 7 years below, just explore and have fun with your children. You don't even have to really be worried about writing and structured curriculum or worksheets and activity trays and activity after activity. No, just keep it very free. Give your child massive A3 size plain blank sheets of papers. Give them colors, let them scribble, let them make a mess, and let them create memories. So that's what is needed at the early ages. So you're not homeschooling, you're not schooling, you're just letting the children be children. And then you start thinking ke school nahi bhejna hai to kya sikhana hai, and all those thoughts will come later. For working parents, how do they plan? So okay, so for working parents, how do they plan? Working parents, I know a couple of parents who are working full time. In my case, I was a freelancer and my husband is working full time, so it was very easy to manage. So for working parents, what they generally do is, so they, I know a couple of parents, their grandparents are at home, so it becomes easy for them to keep an eye on the children, and the kids are learning with the grandparents or doing online learning. And when the parents get free from their work, the parents spend time with the kids. That's how they do. But playgroup of our school are going to start with the same. I didn't get the question. So playgroup starts at that age, correct? But playgroup, I don't think kids start studying in playgroup. Kids are playing in playgroup, I assume, and that's how it should be, right? They are learning alphabets, they are reading, and reading can happen beautifully with grandparents and parents. You know, telling stories, sharing stories. Once upon a time, you know, it's said that once upon a time, there was wisdom passed from one generation to another across dining tables, across beautiful meals. Today, sadly, everyone is busy with their own Netflix and Amazon Prime, and we are not having the lunch and dinners together, and that is losing out a lot of things, right? So I think that is something not related to just homeschooling. Your child will learn to read, your child will learn to read stories, and you will be teaching them stories, and your child will be learning from your real life experiences and how you behave in real life, irrespective of whether you actually are teaching them or spoon feeding them. So that is the beauty of free learning. Okay, the school does not want to start with homeschooling. That is school online schooling. Okay, so online schooling is different. Online schooling is where the school is doing everything as it is, just online. That is nothing to do with homeschooling. Homeschooling is free learning where the parents are the teachers and you're not with any other school. What do you do if your child feels left out when all other children are going to school? Exactly. So that's what I started my talk with. I said that when you make this decision, you as a family need to mutually come and sit and discuss and talk a lot about homeschooling. And if at all it is okay, PARAINDK. Nope, it's homeschooling. No, that's not homeschooling. That's called online schooling. That you do it from your home laptop or computer. Homeschooling, you can go and find out on the internet and get more details. So coming back to the question, do the kids feel left out? In our case, it's always been the other way around. So before this lockdown started, wherever my child went, and this is the experience most of the homeschoolers have, the children, the other children, the school going children have started telling their parents ke aap kyun hame school bhej rahe ho, why can't we homeschool like Agastya? So no, that doesn't happen. But having said that, we have told our child that the school is not bad, and our child does not have any bad, because my son has experienced a school, and when we took this decision, it was from him too, and we have kept that option always open. If at all he feels like going back to school, we are open to that. We believe in a certain theory doesn't mean that we will forcefully say that no, then I believe that homeschooling is best for you, so you will be homeschooled. No, it won't be that. Children don't obey like school at home. Again, children, I think this is more to do with parenting, not just homeschooling. Children shouldn't, obey, I don't know, obey is a very strong word. I would say at home, everyone listens to each other. Everyone hears and listens to each other's stories and each other's things, helps each other and grows together. So I think that is more to do with parenting and not just homeschooling. So homeschooling is self-learning, homeschooling is free learning, and homeschooling is where you really bond together as a family. How do you provide the same infrastructure that a school can provide? What infrastructure are we talking about? Are we talking about air-conditioned rooms, or are we talking about a desk and a chair? Are we talking about what? Can you define it? Like, what does a school provide? That if you're talking about labs, well, it's quarantine period now, but lockdown now, but otherwise also there are pre-lockdown, I would say there were many labs and many hands-on learning places available where you can just go and explore, and those are way beautiful than any school is offering at the moment. So, but here as a homeschooler, you need to, as a homeschooling family, as a homeschooling parent, you have to remember one very important thing. You are the parent, you are the teacher, you are the principal, you are the director, you are the motivator, you are the guard, you are the everything of your school. So you have to be really hands-on. You have to find out, research, do your homework beforehand, and then start to venture out into homeschooling. There are a lot of support groups for homeschooling in India. State-based homeschooling, regional homeschooling groups, city-based homeschooling groups, area, local homeschooling groups. So a lot of homeschooling groups are available. There are a lot of Facebook, Instagram pages available. You can go and find out about it. And there are WhatsApp groups too. There are YouTube videos and YouTube links too, wherein can you provide address of labs where the children can experiment? There are a lot of them available. Just go on internet and Google labs in Mumbai to experiment. Okay, so any other questions? Okay, about resources, there are many resources. One that I love personally and I strongly recommend is Khan Academy. Another one is code.org, and I think these are the two resources which I just love and we really rely on. There are certain kids who don't sit with their parents. What to do about that? Again, that's, I think, parenting and not just about homeschooling. So you need to create that bond, right? We need to create that bond with the children so that the children sit with us. And that starts if we do not sit with our mobile phones with them. We sit with a book. We sit with a talk. We sit with a just gup shop. You know, when was the last time you just sat with a cup of coffee or a cup of hot chocolate milk with your child and just over some snacks discussing life? When was the last time you discussed your life problems with your child? I think the bond starts with that, and that then the kids also start sitting with you. So, and it happens even as kids. You'll be like, oh, how can I discuss my real world problems with my child? My child is too small. When I say this, I mean age appropriate. So how do you assess your kids? Okay, very good question about the assessments. You know something, let's take an example. Your child is in school, your child scores 100 on 100 in history, and he comes home and he goes like, hey, I got 100 on 100 on history. And you go, as a parent, if you have taught your child, and if something of this sort has happened wherein exam ke ek din pehle he has rote learned everything and scored that, you'll be like, in reality you know nothing about history. This is just the rote learning that you did a day prior. On the contrary, a child gets 50 on 100, okay, and comes home and the parent is still happy. He goes like, "Arey wah, you didn't study at all. You hardly even studied, but you really love history. You have read lot of books. You can reason out. You know the whys and hows of history, and you have scored that." So the teacher will say that the kid who has got 100 on 100 is good in history, but in reality there could be a possibility that the kid who has scored only 50 on 100 is also good in history, right? So the parents know the reality. The world might not know, the teachers might just know the marks, but the parents know where the kid stands, what the kid's strengths and weaknesses are, right? Having said that, same thing applies for homeschooling. Once you are talking with your child, once you're involved with the entire learning process, you are aware of where your child is, where your child, you know, what is his strength and weakness, and that is extremely important. Having said that, you still want a paper which says that 100 on 100. You can, after every module is completed, you can always prepare a small test for your child, and your child can answer that. You can have open book tests. You can give your child a research subject, and your child can go and explore that subject and come out with a wonderful project by himself or herself. Or you can also appear for Olympiads, and then you can always understand or find out where your child is. Sorry, joined in late, but does one cover all subjects and disciplines? No, you don't have to cover all the subjects necessarily. You can always decide which subjects you want to choose. Maybe you can say that, okay, I want, like in our, I'll give you my example. You can decide for your own homeschool accordingly, your family accordingly. So I believe that reading should happen every single day, and there should be a certain number of mathematics that needs to be done every single day. Apart from that, we have kept it very free as to what he wants to learn. It could be geography, it could be rocks, it could be minerals, it could be anything. It could be chemistry, it could be it's hands-on learning, right? So one fine day he sees dahi and he goes like, oh, curd, so how did it happen? And okay, great subject for to teach. Dosa batter, fermentation, great subject to teach. So you have to pick up those hints and those small little things that your kids say, and those are the indicators, and then you can start learning. So that's free learning. What else have I lost? Till what age can you homeschool them? Like high school? Yeah, you can high school them too. So there are kids who have appeared for 10th as a homeschooler, for 12th as a homeschooler, and done grads as a homeschooler. So you can do that too. Though for technical subjects or like medicine or engineering, that is not possible. But other streams, it is possible. What else? Any other points I should let me also check my list. Any other questions? What about board paper exams? Yeah, you appear as a homeschooler. Yes. So IGCSE has wonderful options. There are many schools who support homeschooling too. So you can appear as a private candidate through a school as well, or straight away you can find out a school and give the board exam, or you can also be a part-time student with a school and just give every year's exams and then appear for boards too. Most welcome. I'm also happy that it's helping. How much structured time do you spend? Okay. So we are again. Okay, good question, Ritu. Because I think I missed out on one point. How do you plan your day? So how do you plan your day? Again, as per your family's timings and schedules, right? So we are a very morning family. So my son gets up around 5:30, latest by 6. So we are morning people. We like to learn in the morning. So morning, after a little bit of exercise, what we generally do is a lot of reading, and then we do a little bit of mathematics, and then we go on to our exploring and researching or studying whatever he likes. That's how our so the basic structure is the morning, first half of the day for us, and you can accordingly plan. So if you're on not a morning person, you can have your school in the afternoon, whatever time best suits you. Can you share one of the biggest hurdles that you came across while homeschooling? Hurdles was, okay, even if I'm sitting here today itni shanti se and giving all this gyan, trust me, I've had my share of tantrums, my share of volcanic eruptions, my share of nightmares, my share of meltdowns. Homeschooling is not easy. Though it is stress free, it requires a lot of dedication. You have to be dedicated to your homeschool. So that dedication and that motivation needs to come from within you every single day, So I think so that's the biggest challenge. And otherwise the hurdle was initially when people didn't understand कि अरे आप तो घर पे ही हो, तो anyone used to land up at the door and they thought that I could entertain them. Then slowly they understood that no, so the school is on and we can't really disturb her, or I don't pick up my phone when I'm homeschooling. So these are the certain things which these were not really challenges, but yeah, I can list them as challenges, I think. So I think, list top 3 challenges. I think, this comes under that only. For graduation with homeschooling, they will have to appear as online. No. So that's graduation for medicine or technical fields, it's not allowed. But for other streams, you can enroll as a distance education or online learning student and then appear for exams. Though exams, you have to personally go and appear for exams. Does homeschooling affect college studies in future? You know what? I'll give you an example. Then you can decide for yourselves. A couple of years back, there was this girl in India, in Maharashtra, in Mumbai. She was homeschooled by her mom. So the mother started to homeschool. She had 2 daughters. The mother had 2 daughters. Started homeschooling the daughters. The older one didn't appear for her 10th, did not appear for her 12th, and yet got admitted into MIT. So, but obviously they made other preparations, they did whatever was required for that process. But this is how acceptable and this is how it is. Answering to that question, how do colleges treat? I think homeschoolers are looked upon as something really different and in a good way. Okay, that's my experience. This entire journey is the best thing about homeschooling. So what is the best thing? The entire journey is the best thing. Is homeschooling recommended during lockdown? Okay, Ritu, that's a very good question. Uh, Homeschooling during lockdown, that means just for a year, that will be break from schooling and studying for a year. Homeschooling is a lifelong process, so that's not really the definition of homeschooling. So yes, you can take a break, but you know, again, before taking any of these decisions, you have to sit with your family and understand, do your research, do your homework, and then you have to start jump into this. How are homeschoolers different from kids going to regular schools? They are not different. Children are children. Only thing is probably homeschooling kids are used to exploring and researching a lot, probably. So yes, that's the difference. No, so for ICSE, CBSE, that's central board, no? So central boards, we have NIOS, that's National Institute of Open Schooling, which is set up by the government of India. So CBSE, you don't have to appear for CBSE, you appear for NIOS. Or MIOS, that's Maharashtra Institute of Open Schooling, or SSC, though there are some formalities which need to be completed, and IGCSE is acceptable everywhere. Private student, that is homeschooler, yes, correct. What about topics or subjects that you have no expertise on? Like I mentioned earlier, you can obviously get some help. You can send your child for some classes, or you can hire a teacher and take help. So there is nothing wrong in taking help wherever required, right? Any other questions? I think then we can just wind up here probably. So just before I wind up, I would just like to say one small thing about homeschooling, and I would like to repeat myself on that. Homeschooling means, yes, homeschooling means whoever is taking studies, mother or father, that correct. So it is any parent, because I started my talk with that homeschooling is where primarily the parents become the teachers. Okay, you can get your own time. You have to just make your children independent. And okay, so I think I've answered most of the questions, and tried to cover most of the FAQs, I hope. So I'll just like to repeat myself. Homeschooling is free learning. Homeschooling is where parents become the teachers. Where you are not good at, you can always ask for help or hire teachers. For socialization, you can engage your kids with some dramatics or art or music or sport classes, and where the kid is interacting with other children apart from the, I'm sure, the neighborhood kids, right? Your family need to be on the same page before you take this decision. And remember, homeschooling is free learning. It is crafted, curated, created, customized as per your child's requirements. So keep that in mind and then jump into it. So I'll just there is no homeschool academy. Homeschool is where the parents become the teachers. Okay, so I'll just wind up over here, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me to talk with you all, and I hope I've answered all your questions. Whatever other links required, maybe I can later on post on the in the comment box, and then you can later on check it out. Okay, thank you so much. Khan Academy is wonderful, by the way. Just before I wind up, and let me just say that again. Khan Academy is wonderful. We in fact do a lot of learning from Khan Academy. Okay, thank you so much. Bye. Bye. Stay safe. Take care.